Hi, this is Ernie. I'm the guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. And this is the second part of the video that I promised to some of my followers that I'll do when it comes to buying a house for the first time. What are some of the things that I've done well? What are some of the mistakes that I've made? So let's go through them. Number one, when you buy a place, you don't know how long you're going to live there. So you always have to keep in mind that at some point you might be able to sell or you might need to sell, and you want a property that's going to be attractive. So I'll give you an example. I had two condos. One was high rise, 2 floors, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage. The other condo, 1 bedroom, 2 car spaces, but only 1 bath. And when I tried to sell them, most common feedback that I received was, you only have 1 bedroom. It gives me less option. It's not going to be for a family. It has to be for a single person versus for the 2-bedroom one. If that person is not able to meet their mortgage payment, you can get a roommate. It's suitable for couples, singles, friends. So it gives more option and appeals to more people. So you kind of have to keep that in mind. With some of our house, it was the same thing. The house that were not sold is like one that's facing the road. So there's like highlight, the lights coming in to your property when somebody's driving by. Especially here in Texas, west facing homes get really, really hot. So if it's west facing, yeah, you're gonna have a difficult time selling. Power line nearby, you're gonna have a difficult time selling. Too close to the road, you're gonna have a difficult time selling. So all these things you have to be mindful when you're buying a property. And that's the mistake that I made with that 1-bedroom condo, which I eventually sold, but it took a very long time. 2, this was the biggest, most painful mistake that I made. We bought a house from a flipper, which we didn't know. And there's almost no way for you to know. But what happened is this guy tried to cut corners left and right in order to minimize expenses. So one of our patio door, he did not seal it. So when it rains, water will come in. And of course, we talked to the attorney. They said, unless that person knew what was happening, there's no way for you to file a lawsuit and recoup any type of money. But this guy cut corners on showers, windows, but the house was beautiful. It was remodeled. But in hindsight, we realized that, this guy bought something 7 months ago, then relisted it, and it looks brand new when it was an older home. So you could kind of guess that it might be a flipper. There are some good guys out there who are flipping homes, but in our experience, this was one of the worst mistakes. We ended up having to remodel 3 bedrooms. We ended up remodeling our kitchen because they put all kinds of stuff that was illegal when it comes to piping. We have to redo our patio door. We needed to redo some of the windows because the guy didn't seal it properly. It was just a mess. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that we have made. Third one is this home. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-car garage. We only have 2 kids. 2 of the rooms are vacant. My wife and I always feel that maybe we should have gotten a smaller place. So we fully utilize every single corner of our home. So that's one regret that we have. And then if we were to do that, maybe the cost was going to be cheaper and we could save that money even more and then reinvest it. And that money is going to help us potentially pay for all our expenses. So that's one other mistake that we have made. The fourth one is something that we did well. And it's you could say morally or ethically not right. But we had a mortgage broker that we work with, and we talked to several other people, and we bought places from them many, many times. But we went back and said, hey, can you beat this price? Otherwise, I'm going to go somewhere else. But he did all the work already. right? All the paper, processing, everything. And he didn't want to lose it after spending that much time. So he ended up giving us lower rate and then reduced it even further. So we got a very good deal. It's not right thing to do, especially if mortgage broker is your friend. But we ended up saving 0.7% in our mortgage rate. I mean, it was extremely low to begin with, but we're able to get that extra saving. Lastly, this one is for those who are not trying to buy your own place to live in, but rather you want to buy a place so that you'll be able to generate rental income. The one-bedroom condo that I talked about earlier, another mistake that I made was I didn't know about this loan called DSCR. It's like debt servicing commercial loan or something, right? I forget the acronym. But what it does is the bank doesn't care about your credit, bank doesn't care about your income, bank doesn't care about anything except can you make enough rental income to pay the mortgage? So this one, like there's no inspection report. Only thing they care is they want the comps of the rental around that neighborhood to see whether you could pay the rent. And if you do, yeah, interest rate is a little bit higher. But if you're an investor, you don't necessarily have to put a lot of money in order to get the debt to income ratio down when you're talking about, getting a mortgage. This one, all they care is, hey, can you make the rental payment? And if you're not, then you have to put a little more money down in order to get rental payment. That's equivalent to your mortgage payment. But in some cases, yeah, you should be able to get it. So this is a very, very simple loan application. Not too many companies are doing it, but your mortgage broker should be able to guide you to a couple lenders who are doing it. This will enable you to purchase not only one, but several. So for example, that condo, I purchased it for, I think it was like $270,000. For the same amount of money, I might have been able to buy 6 of them. But rather, I only got one. So that's another mistake that I made. So if you're looking for an investment property, look into DSCR loan to see whether it's worth getting that loan rather than using your own debt to income ratio to buy another property. Because after that, you might not be able to buy another property because all of a sudden your debt to income ratio is going to be so much higher. Hopefully this is useful. I know it's a lot of information. So shoot me an email, send me direct messages. And of course, don't forget to comment, repost, like, and tell your friends about what I'm doing so that other people will be able to benefit from it. Enjoy your night. Bye.